What's going on, everybody? Back with a quick video, and I want to talk about something that's kind of crazy that surprised me out of nowhere. Um, as I'm searching for my next bike, it I kind of stumbled across going back towards BMW because ultimately that is like my dream bike. S1000 RR is like my bike. Been that way for a long time. I was very close to getting one back in 2013, and ultimately decided to make the stupidest move that I've ever done in my life at that time concerning motorcycles, and I did not get it. Instead I took the peer pressure of the comrades that I had around me while I was in the military. Everybody thought and told me that I was stupid to get a street bike and that I needed to get a Harley, a cruiser, and I kind of didn't want to be left out. I didn't want to be left out. Everybody rode on cruisers that time, and it was just a lot of like camaraderie outside of the uniform. Outside of work, everybody everybody met up, everybody rode, cookouts, all this crazy stuff that we did, but nobody was very fond of sport bikes. So I kind of got peer pressure into Harley, and went completely left from getting what I really wanted. So I didn't end up getting one, like I said, but I've been looking at it ever since, and it's always been my dream bike to have one. And I actually went to a dealership here in town last week and a couple days ago. Actually, yesterday, right? Yeah, Saturday. And the dealer here, they're like, "Sorry, we can't sell anything. We can't sell anything at all." I'm like, "Okay, that's weird." I'm like, "Even what about used? Have anything used?" And they say, "Yeah, we have used things, but right now we can't sell anything. There's a stop order or stop sales order on all bikes here in the country." And I was like, "What?" So in my head, I'm thinking like, "What the hell happened?" So he's trying to explain it to me. Later on, I went back home and I took a look at it, and something happened with their evaporative system that. Not being up to the specs that they've wanted it to be at, and so it's a voluntary stop sales, everything until they figure out, I'm guessing, how many motorcycles been affected, which quarter they can find the issue happening, so that they can go back and account for all of those motorcycles sold in that time period that could be affected by this quality control issue. So I just thought it was really strange, and it doesn't deter me one bit about going with a BMW. The only thing that I hate is that from 2012 all the way up till now, they've just gotten more and more expensive. It's crazy. So years ago I used to say, there's no way I'm spending $20,000 on a sport bike or a motorcycle, period. Because my friend used to always talk about Ducati. And at that time, S1000 had just came out, and it was like really big on the world superbike scene, and it was just super popular. And so kind of the little rivalry that made me even want to get a BMW even more so was because of our little rivalry that me and my boy had, but because he was all about Ducati, and I'm just like, oh, that shit is super expensive. But yeah, it doesn't deter me at all. Prices have gone up though, and I'm just like, damn, kind of sucks, because it's like we're in an era now where almost all bikes are like right at that sub $20,000 mark, and we're talking MSRP, tax, license out the door. That's not counting for any kind of upgrades that the dealership or that you may have added to them. So it just is what it is, and everything is getting more and more expensive. So BMW did say that there's no issues with anybody riding their motorcycles, which is nice to know, which kind of makes me scratch my head and wonder, like, why is there stop sales on something that product that you have sold that may be affected, won't sell it, telling everybody it's okay for them to use it. So, I don't know if it's damage control or whatnot. That was pretty interesting. I'm going to be putting out more videos like this as I watch more and more of the motorcycle scene, as I gear up to decide which new bike I'm going to get. I'm definitely looking at all manufacturers, leader bikes, some sub leader bikes as well, but I'm looking at all options. So BMW is obviously my number one. See if I can make that happen. 18,000 for like the base is kind of I don't know, it's kind of like I don't know, it's kind of like the top end what I want to spend on a street bike. It's so up there that it's kind of just like, do I really want to do it? Like, I don't know, man. I think one thing that people tend to forget is that, especially with Harley, how long are you planning to keep the bike? I feel like motorcycles in general, typically, I kind of feel like if you buy a bike and you plan on, like, this is my bike, I'm going to keep this thing, I don't plan on selling it, I think that it doesn't matter what you end up getting. I think you should spend whatever you're going to spend because you're not going to get rid of it. If it's a bike that you're just like, I really want a bike, and I probably plan on, like, trading it in for a newer model in like 3 to 5 years. And I kind of feel like you need to be more choosy about how you spend your money because, these bikes depreciate in value so quickly. And depending on the next year's model, what technology they may be introducing, things of that nature, what value they may be adding to the newer models, it's going to determine how much your later year model is going to be valued. And for example, I got my Harley, my Sportster 48, and they don't make it anymore. And right now that value for them not even making it anymore hasn't really done anything to its resale value. It's pretty sad that you buy a bike in 2012, it's got less than 5,000 miles on it, in pretty damn good condition as far as running condition, minus the maintenance if you've been following my channel. And that if you were to take it to a dealership, it doesn't matter which dealership, they're only going to they only want to offer you like maybe 4,000. And then the next day they're going to literally repost it up after they clean it up a bit. They're going to repost it back up for 8,000. So it's kind of sad. And what really sucks is, and what's really bad about the resale value of your motorcycle is trying to get it resold privately is a headache because there's so many people trying to scam you. There's so many people trying to rob you. It's almost a real headache that private selling has caused over the years, that it's really actually pretty dangerous to try to sell your bike privately nowadays. So many people are looking to get over. So many people are looking to scam you and hurt you for your motorcycle, man. And so it's really sad. And I say that because I've tried to privately sell mine, and there's only, out of like maybe 12 people that have inquired, maybe only 2 of them were were legit upfront wanting to actually purchase the motorcycle. And both of those people, unfortunately, lowballed, or one of those people lowballed, and they countered, and they don't have the money for it, basically. The other person wants to do payments. And so, you know, you could be trying for months, trying to sell your bike, spending money trying to get it listed and things like that, for months trying to get rid of it, when you have maybe something that you want to flip that really quick to purchase something else. So it just becomes a headache. And I've almost come to the point where I'm just like, you know what, I'm just going to keep this shit, because what's the point? You know what I mean? Like, it only has value to me at this point. You know what I mean? And it's like, you don't want to just give something away. You know what I mean? Like, and that's why I say, you know, back in 2012, I spent like $13,000 for something. Now they want to give you $4,000, even though it's in a really good condition. But, you know, it is what it is, man. So when you get these motorcycles, you just, you know, you got to kind of really just understand that my bike may have a lot of value to me, but it's not going to have as much value in 3 to 5 years than what the price is that I walked out the door with it at. So I see people trying to sell these 2022s, 2021 1000s, and they're still asking for like 19 plus thousand for them. And just like, oof, you know what I mean? What you end up coming up against, that even as a buyer or a potential buyer myself, is that the used prices for the bikes, even with the low miles, when you start looking at the actual new bikes, the price is almost negligible if you're financing. Because say this guy is selling his 2021 S1000, he wants 20,000 for it, change, and then you're over here, you're looking at, you know, maybe you don't want the top of the line, right? Maybe you don't want the top of the line, or just depending on your area. Like, for example, this as shown is 24,000 and some change, right? Maybe they have one listed at like 20, 21, 22,000. It's like, do I go buy this used one for 20,000, or do I go buy the brand new one for $2,000 more, and I'm gonna finance it? So, I mean, what are we looking at as far as difference in your payment? You're probably talking about possibly $20 to $40 more, 20 to 40 bucks more, to just go ahead and get a brand new bike. Nobody's molested and touched, nobody's abused, possibly. And it's like, so it makes selling that much harder, in my opinion. But it is what it is. Anyways, I've rambled on too much. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, for now, I don't know how long this is going to go on, but for now, nobody in my area selling any new or used BMW S1000s or any BMWs at all. Excuse me. So, hopefully it doesn't last too long, but you know, we'll see. But it's my dream bike, not necessarily something that I am sitting on my hands wanting to just purchase something out of desperation. So, you know, it is what it is. Anyways, catch you guys in the next video.